So I've been asked for a quick video about the Note Max and using it as an external monitor on the computer here. And well, I have been writing an article here on the Note Max. I haven't quite got the keyboard case yet, but I've been using the Bluetooth keyboard and it's been a really good time. I'm just finishing editing that, but I'd like to edit that in the full version of Word really, just to get that finalized. And also when you're editing, having more than one screen is really, really useful. So I'm going to go ahead and install spacedesk here. And spacedesk is an app which is free for non-commercial use. And that's going to allow this just to become an external monitor for my main PC. Now I have used this before on here and generally I've been using that alongside the Tab Ultra C Pro, which is a Kaleido-free color display. Now I do think that color makes more sense as an external monitor than black and white does. However, this is the latest Carter 1300 black and white display, so let's see how that goes. And of course, you've got the larger screen real estate here. Now, the fact that you can buy this, a full Android tablet, at about £650, which is cheaper than an equivalent sized e-ink monitor was before, I probably would recommend that. If you just thought this was part of your workflow, I'd probably recommend getting the full e-ink tablet anyway. The way it works, if you've got the driver console installed on your computer, it just detects that anything on the same Wi-Fi with the spacedesk app, it detects that as an external monitor. So there it is, looking good. Let's see if I can get it going on here as well at the same time. Yep, there we are. I've now got 5 monitors connected to the same PC. Wonder if it'll slow down at all. But I'm actually just going to use it, pop it behind my keyboard. An ideal setup with the wires there, but I'm going to use that as the main screen for my text to be on whilst I edit, and I'll be able to bring things in from the text on the main screen, and yeah, should be good. One thing also to say is the spacedesk does work with pass-through, so actually this mouse here, it does become a mouse for the PC, and I can control all of the screens with this mouse. So once the Boox Note Max does have a keyboard case, then actually you'll be able to use the keyboard case and pointer and control an external laptop or computer as well this way. So let's see how it performs. So one of the very first things that I'll do here is I'll put both of them into their native resolution. So they've come through actually with very low resolution. And I think they'll work better in their native resolution there. Although I do need to scale this one because it's come through 100%. I don't want that. I want that to come through probably 200% there. So the icons are actually a sensible size. And then, yeah, take my document, fire it across to there. That looks really quite good in my opinion. How does that same thing look on the Tab Ultra C Pro? I am on the A2 mode here, and I can tell you finding a mouse on here is always going to be an issue. So what I do is I've just got double tap control to give me find the mouse like that. That's in Power Toys, I think. Someone in the audience suggested that once upon a time. So here it is on the Tab Ultra C Pro, and actually I think that does look a bit better. You can see that's really nice and quick. Yeah, typing on there is nice and responsive. It's good. And what mode am I in here? I'm in balanced actually, so actually I would probably use this on ultra fast. It should be even better. Yeah, that's really quick. And because this is BSR done properly, you can see it's looking really, really good. And as I said, I can, should I wish to. That is odd, it's worked before. The keyboard and mouse, yeah, the pointer is, for some reason, not the keyboard input. So I don't know why that's not connecting there directly. I do think the ideal format for this will eventually be a 13.3-inch color from Boox in the sort of format as the Note Max. So that's what we're going to test today though, is how does the Max handle things. And one thing I can say that I've already noticed from using the Note Max to type this is I actually missed a couple of kind of grammar points because they're just not quite as easy to see. The little underline there when it's not like highlighted red. And that's the thing, you'll be really used to seeing a red squiggle for spelling and a blue squiggle for grammar, and they aren't quite as easy to see here as they are on a full monitor. But one nice thing about this workflow is now I can use full Word. I'm going to actually use Word on the Note Max, and I'm going to use the original draft on my main monitor behind it. And what I'm then going to be able to do is sort of copy things down as I edit this final run through. I really don't want the Copilot icon to keep bonging up, so how do I get rid of that? At least it's directly in Word now, which is a good thing. And yeah, it's in PowerPoint too, which is what I've been wanting for some time. And for me, this is actually a quite good start for a prompt, which is just create a presentation about the properties of waves for a class studying AQA GCSE combined science. What I'd like to be able to do is just to be able to add individual slides with little quizzes maybe. So let's have a little look if I can just add a slide. Yeah, there we are, multiple choice quiz. Could be very useful. Okay, useful. Okay, back to the e-ink. I think possibly typing yes, editing not so much. Now this does bear comparison to the Dasung Paperlike 13.3 HD that I tried, which is an older version of e-ink, and it must be said this is now an older version of the Dasung monitors. They have far more up-to-date monitors, which I haven't got available to compare. However, in the video that I've taken this from, I do compare the Paperlike 13.3 from Dasung with the Boox Tab X, and I make the point that the Tab X has the BSR, which actually makes it better for many use cases, even as an external monitor, and that the Tab X was the same price basically as the Dasung Paperlike HD. So you might as well have a full Android tablet attached to your 13.3-inch e-ink screen, in my opinion. And this is still the case. This Note Max is the same price as the newer version of the Dasung Paperlike 13.3. I think there's a bit of a no-brainer there. And looking at the footage and reflecting about what it looked like on the Note Max versus how I remember, and I've used it more recently as well, that monitor, I can tell you that actually this is performing really quite well as an e-ink external monitor, with the limitations that I've discussed already. And given that this new Paperlike HD revolutionary 40Hz monitor from Dasung is only 207 ppi, I know which one I'd be buying, and actually it's $50 cheaper than the Dasung monitor is. So I think yes, for typing, really good. For anything you have to do with a mouse, no, this is just a bit too slow. And it isn't quite as slow on the Tab Ultra C Pro. So there you have it. Would I recommend this over a dedicated e-ink monitor like that I've used from Bigme? Well, I think possibly yes, because it's so much less expensive. I mean, that is some ghosting in there though. And you get a full tablet with the Wacom EMR, etc. as well, so you can use it it's meant to be used. Maybe if you're just looking to read off this, maybe if I was using this as my reference and I was typing into this one and editing into the big monitor, that would actually make more sense. But right now, the bits I'm having to do with the mouse are a bit unusable on here. Learn all your keyboard shortcuts though, and yeah, it's a good time. So I hope that was helpful. I would say yes, at a push. If you want to have a monitor mainly for reading, maybe set up vertically next to your main screen, I think that could be certainly a thing to do. But really ask yourself if you need to see the color of the icons, if you need to interact a lot with the mouse, I think you'll find this screen a bit too slow. Thanks so much for watching.